Hi, I'm Dr. Karen Bluth. I'm faculty in the Department of Psychiatry, and I'm also a researcher. I do research with mindfulness and self-compassion. I'm a mindfulness and self-compassion practitioner and teacher. I've been practicing mindfulness for well over 40 years since I was a teenager. And I'm going to share some information and some mindfulness practices with you now. What we know about mindfulness and mindfulness research, and this is from research studies that have been done over the last 40 years or so, is that it's closely tied to reductions in anxiety, depression, stress, among a host of many other things. Here now in the middle of the pandemic, when so many of us, if not all of us, are really struggling with these things, mindfulness practice and self-compassion practice can be really key in lowering stress. So how does mindfulness work? I'm going to share this first and then share some practices. So what mindfulness practice is all about is bringing our attention and our awareness to the present moment. What I mean by that is that most often our minds wander. In fact, almost 50% of the time, our minds wander. But when we practice mindfulness, we practice the habit of bringing our attention back to the present moment. And we do this often through noticing our physical sensations. That could be noticing our breath. It could be noticing the feeling of our hands on the arms of the chair. It could be noticing sounds in the room. There are many different ways of practicing mindfulness, but it's about bringing our attention to the present moment. When our minds aren't in the present moment, our minds tend to wander to the future or to the past. In the future, we tend to worry and be anxious about what may happen, especially in this time of the pandemic, worrying about friends and family members and ourselves. What happens if we contract COVID? What happens if we give COVID to other people? We might be worrying about a host of other things, political situation, climate change, who knows, our jobs, security of our jobs. So our minds, when our minds wander to the future, we tend to worry. When our minds wander to the past, we tend to ruminate and think about things that we should have done differently. Maybe things we should have said that we didn't say, or maybe things that we said that we regret saying, or things that we did that we regret doing. And we stress about those things, right? And rumination, meaning thinking about the same thing over and over again, is closely tied to depression. We know this. We know that people who tend to ruminate more tend to be more depressed. So through mindfulness practice, we practice bringing our attention back to what's right here, right now, in this moment. So let's do that right now. And we'll do this through a practice which is just about noticing physical sensations, okay? If you're comfortable closing your eyes, you can go ahead and close your eyes. It's easier to get in touch with physical sensations when we do this. So you can close your eyes, or if that's not comfortable for you, it's fine to leave them at half-mast, partially closed, totally okay. So now first, let's take a couple of deep breaths, simply to settle in. With each breath, settling in a little bit more. So letting go a little bit more. Sinking a little bit deeper into the chair that you're sitting in or the couch. Allowing your body to get heavy. Allowing your shoulders to drop away from your ears. Allowing your jaw to relax. Allowing the muscles of your face to soften. And simply notice the places where your body comes in contact with the chair that you're sitting in. And notice what it feels like in those places. Is there tension there? Maybe even a little bit of pain or discomfort? Maybe you're feeling your back against the back of the chair. And what kind of temperature is there? Is it warm or cool? And you may notice at some point that your mind is wandering or your mind has wandered. If this is the case, just gently guide your attention back to feeling these sensations at the point of contact where your body is touching the chair. Where minds naturally wander. This doesn't mean you're doing anything wrong. This is part of the practice, actually. Simply noticing when your mind has wandered and bringing it back over and over again. And now bringing your attention and awareness to other parts of your body. Maybe your upper back, your mid back, arms, hands. Seeing if you notice any places that feel a little bit tense or tight. And simply bringing a sense of ease or softening to these places, these areas. Again, noticing when your mind wanders and just bringing it back without any judgment. No need for judgment. Maybe sweeping your attention from the top of your head, through your head, down your shoulders and arms, tips of your fingers, through your torso, down your legs, to your toes. See if you come across any places where you can simply let go a little bit more. Letting it become a little bit heavy. Bringing your attention back. Anytime you notice your mind has wandered and you're thinking, simply coming back. And in the last part of this practice, simply bring our attention to our breath, taking a few more breaths, and go a little bit more with each exhale. And whenever you feel ready, you can gently open your eyes. So that was a mindfulness practice. Really very simple, right? Not a lot to it. Um, yeah, so stay tuned for the next one. Thanks.